Hey, what's up, it's Rashad? Antonio, man, the I Token You So podcast, where we talk about all things J double R Tolkien. And of course, we're talking about The Rings of Power on Amazon Prime. One of my favorite words, the penultimate
Mm-hmm.
episode of season two, which is aptly named Doomed to
Doom to
Die.
die.
All spoilers, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
After I finished watching this episode, you know what I thought?
What you think, Rashawn?
Are you not entertained?
Are you
Like,
not
I
entertained?
really felt like Maximus and Decimus Aurelius, because like, are you not like what else do Tony? What else do
What?
y'all want in television?
You,
Like, I don't like I cannot express how dope this episode was. And the funny thing is, I'm not even talking about the battle
mm-hmm.
because the battle
Mm-hmm.
was good.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about all the
Yeah.
BS surrounding it.
Yeah.
And man, I real quick before we get started, I got shout out to Threads. Got 160 votes on the MVP. And the MVP, of course, was Sauron by 71%.
mm-hmm.
But I messed up. I forgot to put some people up there. You know what I'm saying? As the old
Yeah.
folks say, charge it to my head, not my heart. But
Right.
anyway, Sauron out here showing his true colors. You know what I'm saying? When I mean
Master deceiver.
Celebrimborn was like, oh man, like I feel like I'm Celebrimborn was like was coming to himself. And Sauron was like, nah, you ain't see that. You ain't see that either.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, go on and get back to making these rings, big dog. You're doing a swimmingly well job.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to it. And Celebrimborn was like, I said, sure, get back to it, boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, make the rings for you, Sauron. I mean,
Yeah.
Anatar. So he's just, got
He
him in a
look
stupor. You know what I'm saying?
and he looks like trash too.
Yo, yo, when he saw his face, he didn't look like an elf no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looked like a regular man, just
Yeah.
dirty and disgusting, and like just like how long you been awake? How many days has this been? And
Right.
he's just really trying to get these rings done. And Sauron is just out the worst military mind
Ever.
ever.
Ever. Ever.
He said, "Yo, um, first because from last episode, he's like, hey man, Kellen Brimore said, I got it. You know what I'm saying? They like, my lord, what should we do? He's like,
Let's wait it out.
man, be patient, yo.
Yeah. It is so wild because the episode starts off, like you said, with Celebrimborn in there, like tweaking, like he's making these rings, he's working, and he sees this mouse, and he's like, why is this mouse just doing all this weird stuff? Like it's getting to a certain point and it stops and it's moving around and everything. It's like it's climbing up on something, and he's like, what the hell is going on here? And,
Tony, it wasn't like the most beautiful mouse you've ever seen.
yes, it was. It was pristine, clean
It was
looking.
like brown, like a light
Uh,
brown. It looked like a like
Jerry. It was looking. It
Five
was
goes west. You know what I'm saying?
five.
Like it's a
Ah,
beautiful mouse.
somewhere out there. So he's stupid. So, so so Anatar comes in and is like, "Hey, everything all right with you, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm seeing stuff, man, but I'm cool, you know. Just need to put a little bit more work in and this." He's like, "Yeah, you do that or whatever. Everything's going cool." Transition to outside. I thought all hell broke loose last week. If that was all hell, we are in the ninth level of hell right now. Buildings are
Tony.
torn down. They are catapulting flaming rocks. Yo, the orcs and Adar are punishing that thing. What Eregion or something.
Yeah.
They are
Eregion.
Eregion. They are punishing Eregion. And you got the military elves are like, hey, man, what? And then Sauron is playing in these people's faces. So, hey, look here, man. I tried to talk to Celebrimborn. He don't care, man. He's just trying to get the stuff. I, you know, this look. He says, I think it's about time we ignore his orders. What orders? That man ain't made no orders or whatever. And so he's like, yeah, prepare the ground forces. And they like, ground forces? Do you see how many of them it is over there in the river, goddess? We cool. And then you see the chick that's that was the apprentice to Celebrimborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw what happened to her. We'll get to her in a minute. She basically is smitten with Anatar, or Sanitaurus Rex, as we like to refer to him as. And she's like, what are you not telling them? And he's like, hey man, Celebrimborn lost his effing mind, yo. He's one beer short of a 6-pack.
Oh,
this ain't it, man. He's talking crazy. And I mean, I don't know. And she was like, oh, and then she hugged him, said, no, are you gonna say he was that? He says, don't worry. When this is all said and done, you will be looked after. You know what I'm saying? You will be remembered first as loyal.
Yo, and it was so like he was gonna say, yeah, as soon as it's over, I'm gonna hit that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as soon as it's over, we'll get them elvish cheeks, yo, for real. And he's talking to her, and you just like, what the hell is? You just like wondering, what the hell is this dude doing? Also, so also in the meantime, we see once again a little quick snippet of our favorite black elf.
Arondir.
Arondir. He's scouting. He's seeing what the hell is going on. It's like, yeah, this is the direction I need to go. I need to, because his whole thing is he's trying to take out Adar. He's pissed off at Adar. He's trying to take Adar out. So you see a little quick snippet of him. And so also in the meantime, what's our man named Elrond? He sneaks to Khazad-dûm. And you hear, you don't see the king, you don't see Bishop Magic Don Juan, King Durin, you don't see him, but you hear him going the F off about we need to dig some more and dig. And they're like, hey man, we just got this letter at Eregion, yo. They getting pounded, yo. They need our help or whatever. He's like, okay. He says, whatever. He says, do you know? He greedy as hell. You know how much money how the wealth we could get from this, man? Whatever.
Tony. Did you see him looking like Scrooge McDuck and ever all that gold?
Yes.
Yeah, for real. He was really on his Trinidad James in that joint.
He was.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because he was like, hey, go to that spot I told you to go and dig. It's like, yo, Lil Durn and Disa still down there. And he said, I don't care. Move them. And that's when the dude was like, all right, yeah.
All right, man.
He said, all right, man, this nigga lost his mind. So, he's like, oh, this nigga lost his mind. So it cuts to Lil Durn and Disa down there, and they're like, uh-oh, here they come. And you see the dwarf that was just talking to King Durn, and it was a bunch of other dwarves. He's like, come on, brothers, don't do this. And they look and they throw their axes down, like, hey man, King tripping.
Yeah, we saw them with you. You know what I'm saying?
We with you, my guy. And he like, for real? It's like, yeah, with you. Bet we about to go do this. We gonna overthrow her father. He was like, oh, by the way, there's an elf here. And he was like, who? It's not best we speak his name. He's not supposed to be here, but I got him in here. They go see, and who is it? It's Durin's best friend, Lord Elrond. And they like, throw little friendly jabs to each other and everything. And Durin is like, hey man, you have no idea what I've been going through. Elrond was like, man, you don't know what I've been going through here. And Durin was like, have you tried to overthrow your father? And he was like, ooh, He was like, Elrond was like, oh yeah. He was like, look here, man. I know you got to do what you got to do, but look, and I hate to ask you this, we need help, man. He told him what was going on, where the orcs with Adar have surrounded Eregion, and he said we need this, and then Durin was like, man, bet we got you. I'm and then we see. Let's just get the dwarves out the way. So Lil Durin basically rallies the troops. They all like, yeah, and they all hype and everything. Because their whole thing is like, yo, we got to find a way to get that ring off King Durin. But they like, yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. We're gonna go help my boy out with this military. And so they round up the troops and they ready to go, and they ready to meet like in the Great Hall. That dude that was the right hand man, he came back. Cancel mission. He was busted up, bleeding. He was like, Lil Durr said, yo, happened. He said, yo, daddy was cutting through us like butter. He took out the army, and that ring of power, man, gave King Durin. And he was like, and he's headed down towards, you know what I'm saying, where to go do the digging. And he was like, yo, is Disa down there? He said, I know, we was down there. Disa said, go. And this and that, go help Elrond. And he was like, I don't think you should go help Elrond. He was like, what are you talking about? That's my friend. And he was just like, if you go help Elrond with the rest of the army we got here, Khazad-dûm might not be nothing left. Ain't gonna be nothing left here. And
hey, his dad went altered beast on them.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy.
And I'm just picturing his father going the way Sauron did in the opening of Fellowship of the Ring, when we saw the last alliance of men, when he just starts swinging and all the people just started flying and stuff like that. I pictured that was going on with his father. And so Durin had to make a decision, and we don't find out till later on, what that decision is. Meanwhile, back at the encampment, Adar is just having a field day.
Yeah, let's definitely get to, like, I was thinking about that. So we got Adar just doing his thing. And it's funny because they're also around the same time we see the elves, you know what I'm saying? Looking majestic, by the way. Like,
oh, don't forget, before they showed up, what happened?
What's that?
They had stopped. The orcs had stopped catapulting.
Tony.
They stopped.
Tony.
They stopped sending them planes.
Yo, like, what I mean, Celebrimborn was like, the fact that he had lost his mind by Sauron, and Sauron was doing absolutely nothing. Doing nothing. It was like, hold on, what the hell? What was going on? He said, they're turning their trebuchets. And all of a sudden it started hitting the mountain. Boom. And like, the little the apprentice was like, they're building a dam.
To cut off the river from flowing.
Because he was like, Celebrimborn said it's cool. The river's gonna protect us. Just like 30 seconds ago. And it was like, saying, let's go ahead and make this dam so we can cross without no problems. So they're hitting the mountain just with aggression, and just stones are falling into the river, and they basically made a land bridge.
Yeah, they made a land bridge. And so next thing you know, Adar and his boys, he sends like a little troop to go, all right, going across this cross this river that's there no more. That ain't there no more. And take the walls down. And you see the elves trying to stop them, but these people started trying to hit the wall and stuff. And in the meantime, Celebrimborn finally starts to come to. He's like, no, because Anatar comes in and was like, so how the ring's coming? And he's like, yeah, man, they'll almost be done. It's just, a little bit more time or whatever. And he's like, man, we ain't got no time. Where these rings at? And then he realized, he was like, hey, man, what have you done to me? And stuff. And then Anatar basically like, oh, you want to know what I've done to you? And he like brings the veil down, And you see that even while this man was working on the rings, the rocks and stuff that was destroyed his work tower. So he didn't even know all this. He was looking like what? Because that's what we were seeing. The mouse was like going to a certain point and climbing,
Yeah,
stop it. It was
because
like
he was like, "Yo, the thing is in a loop." I'm trying to figure out like, what did you do to my mind? He's like, "What I do, fam? I helped you.
Yeah.
I got you focused. This is what you wanted."
Mm-hmm.
Just lying the whole time.
Yeah.
And then when he saw like what was going on, he snapped to it. And then San Antonio's Rex saw the ground and I'm like, I need these rings now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not doing this. So he basically takes him and puts him in a cuff.
Even before that, he lets him go out there and talk to his people. Remember?
Oh yeah. Oh my bad. Oh Tony. Okay, so he goes outside like, "Hey man, what's going on?" They're looking at him like, "He's crazy. Get him out of here."
He's like, "No, it ain't." He was like, "No." He was like, "That's Sauron, man. That ain't no. He ain't here from the Valar because Adar finally was like, "Yeah, I'm him," because if we found out what else he was mixing, he was mixing in the rings because he knocked mixing his blood. He was mixing Sauron. Sauron mixed some of his own black blood into the ring. That's how he was able to get the pop. You know, saying to control the ring.
That's why the rings of man was so whack.
Yeah. And he was like, and then he was like, he said, "What is this?" That's what he said. He said, "Sometimes you got to make sacrifices." You see this big gash with black blood coming out. He says, in order to get your thing, man, Celebrimborn went out there, was like, "Look, man, that's it." And they all look at him like, "All right, crazy man, Sauron ain't here." He was like, "No, he's Sauron." And then he got shook.
Yeah, he said, look at him. Look at his hand. He has blood as black as pitch." He was like, talking about this
red blood right here. And they were like, and then what the chick said, the apprentice was like, all right, miss, let's go ahead and go and get you inside where you belong. He said, "Get your hands off me." And when he did that, Sauron did a hand gesture subtly when he did it, made Celebrimborn
it looked like Celebrimborn.
Made it look like Celebrimborn threw his apprentice over the top of the daggone, you know what I'm saying? I forgot what the embattlement down there to where the orcs were. And the orcs started stabbing. they killed
The funny thing was she died on impact.
Yeah.
And they just started stabbing her just because, you know what I'm saying?
Just because she was an elf. Like, I poked her and stuff like that. Stab. And then he's just sitting there looking like, no. He was like, arrest him. And the elves was like, yeah, let's go, sir. We going back into the dago. And then they took him back into his workstation. And then you got Sauron was like, look here. I can make all this go away. Give me my damn rings. And I'm not, and this can all stop. You give me my ring. And he's like, you promise? And he's like, yeah, you just give me your own, just do these rings and be done. So that's when they handcuffed this man to his desk to work on these damn rings. In the meantime, who shows up? The Elvish army. You know, the Elvish army show up that they have, looking like you said, Rashad, pristine. All of them got white horses. I mean, you see the great King Gil-galad and his gold armor and everything. And it's funny because Sauron had that look like, oh, I wasn't expecting these niggas to show up. like he was like, oh,
this a little early, you know what I'm saying?
It's a little early for them right here. And then you see Adar and them looking like, okay. And so the elves, you know, Gil-galad looks at Elrond. Elrond was like, we got this. John! And they charged towards the orcs. Adar, nobody is moving a muscle. You just see a crate come pulled up to the front. They remove the cloth off of it. And it's Galadriel with a sword, like, sticking in her neck. Elrond's like, whoa, stop. And they sit there looking. And they're like, let's meet.
Yes, we need a little parlay. Like we tried this
Parlay.
once. Let's try this parlay again.
Mm-hmm.
So, given basically the same speech that he gave Galadriel,
Mm-hmm.
we have a common enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the enemy of my enemy is my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and I need you to give me the Elvish ring
Mm-hmm.
so I can infuse it with the crown of Morgoth,
Mm-hmm.
so we can go ahead and kill Sauron, and
Mm-hmm.
we can have a we can be good for the rest of our days.
Mm-hmm.
And your boy's like, no,
You think I'm gonna bring the ring here?
you must think I'm stupid, which you
Mm-hmm.
find out he is. And then he's like, look, yo, can I say goodbye to my friend, seeing how I'm not gonna give in to your request? You're gonna kill her? He says,
Mm-hmm.
sure. So goes over there, says, hey, hope you do
Sorry.
well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the process, he takes something off of his like little his sash. I don't know what you call that.
Mm-hmm.
So he walks over to her and
Yeah, he
gives
kisses
her a
her.
little passionate like kiss. I'm not sure if they try to do like some sort of PDA to make them feel uncomfortable, you know, like a la on Black Widow and Captain America and the
Yeah.
Winter Soldier.
I think it was a way to. I think it was a way to slip or something.
Yeah,
To
but definitely gave her the little like crest looking thing. She
uh-huh.
slips it underneath, and then he walks away like a
And
bad
rem-
bee.
and then remember before he did when they was doing when they was doing negotiations, he was like, man, Adar was like, look, I outnumber your people, yo. Like, do you just want to die out here instead of helping? And he's like, he was like, yeah, that's fine and dandy. He says, but you willing to? He tried to play. He played a mind game, and it worked with some of the orcs.
Oh yeah, because that's what I was gonna
He
say
said
earlier.
he worked. He worked with. He worked. He Elrond used the mind game, and it did work with one of the orcs, which, and I think that's the one that's Adar's son,
yeah,
one of
he's so
his son,
like either way, his son or somebody like he's real
close to
close
him.
to, like one of his like
Yeah,
upper
he
lieutenants
was
or
like,
whatever.
"You
Definitely sowed
willing
that
to?"
seed.
He says, "You,
Sacrifice. Oh,
yeah,
oh my
sacrifice
bad. Go
like
ahead.
you willing to sacrifice your children?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?" For this, he said, "I thought you was fighting to stop this type thing like that." And usually did that because the guy had the sword towards Galadriel's throat. He was like, "Yeah, hold on." He kind of put it down like,
That kind of makes sense.
it kind of makes sense. And he's like, listen, I'm willing to sacrifice everybody to get Sauron out of here.
He said, "Look, we
So
got him right there. We got to keep
uh
him there and kill him while we got a chance."
yeah. And so that's when you said Elrond was leaving like a bad bee, and he had like another emissary with him that was an elf, and they started speaking Elvish, and he was like, Lord, he basically was like, Lord Elrond, like you seem very, very like sure of yourself about what you're trying to do. He was like, yeah, man, this guy, I know, son, this guy I don't know. He was like, the dwarves will be here at first light. You're gonna meet them. You're gonna go and meet them, and you're gonna take half the host along with the dwarves, and you're gonna hit them from the rear, flank them and hit them from the rear. We gonna be good. It's gonna be great. Just go handle that. So they next thing you know, the battle commenced. you know,
It's nighttime.
mm-hmm.
They're still being bombarded,
Yeah,
and it is a really good battle going
mm-hmm.
on.
Yeah,
In the middle of the battle, we see Galadriel trying to escape. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
because she got loose.
So she gets out the shackles because the
Mm-hmm.
thing had a little like trick, like
Mm-hmm.
little lockpick, little medieval
Mm-hmm.
lockpick in it. And she gets away and she's like, cloaked up, trying to fit in so she can get out.
Mm-hmm.
And she ends up walking to where like a bunch of other orcs were, and they're essentially burning everybody at the pyre. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And she almost bumps into Adar, which was
Yeah.
hilarious. So she turns around and
Did
it
you notice something?
shows. Go ahead.
Did you notice something?
What's that?
You saw that she kind of took pity a little
That's
bit.
what I was about to say. Like you
Yeah,
can see how Adar is basically there, and he's like basically like blessing all the dead as they pass on, and she's like, oh man, like this is like a real society and not
mm-hmm.
just a bunch of like
Mindless.
brutes and
Yeah.
mindless things, which I think some people who are like especially like the book perfectionists, are kind of upset that they've given the orcs like sort of like emotions, because they're usually just like mindless beings that are just pure evil and meant for evil alone. But like
they were created by Morgoth. So
yeah,
you know
so
what I'm
this
saying?
gives it sort of a layer, especially if Adar is trying to like propose himself to be, I'm sorry, purport himself to be like a father figure to them. So that makes sense. But anyway, so she's like, let me go and get out of here. And this older lady orc is like, pretty hair. And all of a sudden, it's like,
I was getting, I'll get you, my pretty.
yeah. The definitely call back to that.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm about to die. All of a sudden, you say, and who is it? None other than our boy Arondir, the sharpest arrow in the south. And he kills all three of them, gets her out of there, and they have this moment like he's like, look, we're Adar. I'm about to run my fade. And she's like, look, you're a really good elf. You know what I'm saying? How about you have some sort of deference, semi-femininity, because he grabs his face.
She basically told him it was a suicide mission. And what did he say? He was like, he took away everything that I lived for because he was responsible for the death of his love. That you know what I'm saying, that chick and everything. And
he's like, look, yo, I don't care nothing about that.
I'm willing to die for mine. So he basically Arondir is. She was like, no, come on with me.
So he definitely talked him off the ledge, and they go into battle. This battle is hella long.
Yeah,
like it's so many layers to this battle.
Yeah.
I was about to say something. Okay.
Oh yeah, I am. Okay. So off the bat, because next thing you know, people are going to start trying to compare this battle to other great battles. This battle isn't really on the level of some of the great battles that we've seen, as far as like Helm's Deep, or else the Battle of the Palantir Fields, or even
Battle of the Bastards,
or the Battle of the at the wall, with the when when the WoW. It's not on that level, but it gives. It's not bad. I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a bad battle. It's a decent battle.
It's good. It's
long.
It's good for a high fantasy. It's a good battle because it's about as realistic as a giant random orc being could get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's good because there's I love how there's some strategy involved. And getting back to the human side of the orcs, they report back. It's like, look, yo, we can't get through this daggone building. Like this thing is thick for 3 C's. We just wasn't ready for that. And Adar's like, man, if you don't shut your ass up and break that and penetrate that wall, pause. You know what I'm saying? Like now, and his right hand was like, his right hand man is like, but we out here dying. He's looking like, is Sauron over there? And he's like, yeah. Then shut up and break the wall.
And then remember, he asked him one question. He said, do you not care about us? And he said, yes. He says, I don't want y'all to be agents for Sauron. That's how much I care about y'all, because we know this motherfucker don't care about. He just wants, you know what I'm saying, to get the means to get to his end. So yeah, I mean, so at this point, the elves are kind of getting the upper hand or whatever. And then you see Elrond go beast mode because one orc had to be a dick and kill his horse. And you saw the look Elrond had.
Yo, like, slice his horse and then lick the knife.
Lick the blood like, high quality mare, whatever. He dago stabbed up and that damn orc the orc was hooked up to a catapult, And he sent that orc flying and flung it into a wall and it died. And I just love to zoom in to show, like, yeah, this mofo is dead. This mofo is really dead. And all that is going on outside. Back inside, back inside of Eregion, our man Celebrimborn is still hooked up, working on these daggone on these rings, and Sauron is just talking that good stuff to him, telling him, hey, this and that, this gonna make a perfect world and all that. And then he just says, you truly are the master of deceivers, because you've even deceived yourself into believing this book that you're talking. And he's like, whatever. And he leaves him there. And in the process, Celebrimborn, let's just finish up that part. He finishes the rings. And then he's like, damn. He decides he is going to try to destroy the rings. He tries to put them in a fire. The rings ain't going nowhere. It's still cool to the touch. Call back to Fellowship of the Ring when they had when Frodo had the one ring and they threw it into the flames to see the writing on it. Cool to the touch. He's like, dang. And so he's like, I gotta get out of here. So he puts them rings in what looked like a Crown Royal purple bag. Shout out to the people. Just looks like a Crown Royal purple bag. bag. And he's trying. I'm sorry. Hey man, we all had one on campus, yo, for real. We kept everything getting changed or whatever.
That was so black.
In his bag. And he's trying to break the chain with the hammer he got. And this is like a gold thick metal chain, you know what I'm saying? Handcuff bracelet, it's not breaking. So then he's trying to pull and squeeze his hand out. And then he realizes what's stopping his hand from coming through.
His thumb.
So, this little thing right here. So he just looks around and he sees a cutter. And he just like
slice that hole right off.
Ain't make one mumbling sound, Rashad.
I think you heard.
That's what you heard. I said, oh, ain't make one mumbling sound. He was able to slide out. And then he got through like a tunnel because he built the castle. He built, Eregion, so he knows the tunnels and stuff. He gets out. He's holding a cloth. And he falls off of one of the escape spots because
Adar's still bombing him.
Adar is still he's went back to bombing these dudes again.
Tony, the fight, he just stepped out. Walked outside, was like, good God.
Right. So then you see the Elves of Eregion sitting there like, yeah, he tried to sneak out. Yeah, we need to go ahead and put him back where he belonged. And then he's like, no, I got to get out of here. He was like, that is Sauron. Would y'all please stop? And then they got disrespectful. The Lord of Eregion says that you need to be locked up. And they're talking greasy to him. And they about to snatch him up. And all of a sudden, there was a female voice that said, unhand him. And they turn and look. And who is it? Lady Galadriel. She's found a secret way to get inside. And Celebrimborn isn't sure at first because he's scared to death. And she says, it's me. It's me. He was like, oh, thank the Valar. He was like, I thought that man had me tripping balls again. Oh, he says, it's really you. And they was like, they said, and then they tried to get indignant with her. The Lord of everything. She says, this is the Lord right here. What are y'all talking about? And he's like, look here. We got to get out of here. And then what's the next thing we hear? We hear Sauron is pissed. Ah! He screams and yells. He said, these are the 9 rings right here. He says, we got to get. She was like, yeah, we get. He says, look, I ain't going nowhere. I built this place. This is where I need to be. He says, you get out of here with these rings. And she's like, no, because she knows that he's sacrificing. He's going to end up sacrificing himself to give them time to go. And then he was like, he says, I can do this by myself. And then it's funny, them elves, you won't be by yourself. We'll go with you or whatever. And She's like, fine. And so what happens is those elves make it seem like they're returning Celebrimborn back to his cell. And we never really saw what happened after that. Did we really see what
Yeah.
happened?
So what happens is
Uh,
Sauron is like looking at them
yes.
like,
Yeah.
man, what y'all
That's
doing, y'all? So
uh-huh.
he hits them with the force, like boom, and they all
It's
just stab each other at the same time.
mm-hmm.
And Kellen Brimbone's out there looking stupid, and he was like, "What you thought this was?" Like,
Yeah.
and the funniest thing in this whole episode, I forgot to say it, when Kellen Brimbone asked him, he was like, "You are he." He was like, "Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
I,
him.
I go by many names."
Yeah. I go by I go by many names
You know what I'm
or
saying?
whatever.
Some people call me Elrond, some people call me Sauron.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know me as Anatar. Them boys call me Sanator's
Centaurus
Rex. You
Rex.
know what I'm saying? I got many names.
You
So
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and I don't does he kill Celebrimbor? I don't
I
even
don't
remember.
think so. I
I
don't
don't think
think
so.
he
I
does.
don't think so. Yeah.
Because also, too, we see with Sauron when he's talking earlier, talking to Celebrimborn, and Celebrimborn, and he's like, Celebrimborn was like, this is you, whatever. He was like, look, man, I know what you're going through. You want to be known as great. He was like, I had to go through that.
Yeah.
He says, I went through that with Morgoth. He was like, Morgoth was a god, and I had to follow behind him. And he says, and he ain't really pay attention to me like that. He gone there, but look who's gonna be the Dark Lord now, huh? Me, Jack. So at this point, you see where Elrond and them they have gotten the upper hand on
On the
the
orcs.
orcs
Yeah.
down in the little pit part, and it's a female Asian orc who basically Steph Curry shot at an arrow, flaming arrow, but she paid for it, Jack.
Yeah. Yeah. She
She
definitely
took
paid.
like
Yeah.
5 arrows, but she still was able to muster up the get that jack in there and blow up the little ramming device they had to take the wall down. And they was like, woo, we good for now. And even the king came. King Gilgalad came through and started cutting heads and stuff. Elrond was like, hey man, this ain't no place for the king. He said, my place is where my people are. What's good? I respect that as a king or whatever. He took all them out.
Definitely.
But then next thing you know, Adar noticed that it's about what 30 elves down that 30,
Yo.
if that,
Yo,
down
it's
in that little
he has a strong baker's dozen of elves.
yeah.
And at this point, Adar's like, all right, yo, it's time to unleash, our secret weapon.
Yeah.
And they was like, but fam, he's gonna kill everybody.
Even our own people.
Do not care.
Yeah.
And then the beast from like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah,
I'm saying he ends up coming back because like look,
like a mountain troll, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken,
yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Rumbling, stepping on people. He getting arrowed up. He just getting more upset. He ends up going to where like the battering ram was, trying to help him push that thing through. And then like, yo, shout out to the elves, man. Like,
Yeah.
they be fighting, yo, because the way that they ganged up on that huge thing, and shout out to Elrond too. Elrond crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy elf. Like
Yeah.
the way that he just jumped on him, slashed his stomach, come back around, slash his Achilles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And got him on his back.
And then Arondir.
Oh yeah, yeah. Threw like crazy arrows at him. And end up get him down and they end up killing him. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing was he was laughing. He laughed himself to death.
Yeah.
So like it was like, man, I'm good. Y'all don't even care. You know, like I did what I came to do and I'm gonna die in battle.
And then Adar and them was like, all right, kill everybody. Just take everybody out.
I just want to say, when Arondir was fighting through, I said, "Oh yeah, he about to get that 1v1." When I mean Adar,
Yeah,
swiftly handled Arondir. I was like,
is is he
Dad,
dead?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
I don't
either.
think he's
But
dead. He could because
yeah,
nobody no death. So he knocked him down. Like he's like, pop, 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 pop. Knocked him down. Was like, man, you don't get on my face.
uh-huh.
I don't care about you. It was
Mhm.
so fast. I felt so bad for
Yeah.
Aaron there.
It was given. It was given. Palpatine versus the four Jedi
Oh
Masters in
my
Revenge of the
god, it
Sith.
was
How quickly Palpatine took out Lord Tien,
damn Kit Fisto.
Kid Fist, Kid Fisto, and what Olin Kolar or whatever, took them out like it was nothing. I was like,
Yo,
they Jedi Masters. I remember seeing. I was like, you got to be ishing me.
it's like, are they really the best of the best, or was the Dark
Yeah,
Lord really that good? And the
yeah.
Sidious was. So in the same fashion,
Mm-hmm.
he's just mowing people down.
Uh-huh.
And they've been there, no, Tony, they've been there so long that it's daybreak.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, Elrond is like,
You
look
saw
at,
that?
he said, hey man, look at the North, yo. I see my
Uh-huh.
people coming. It's just one horse, your boy from
Yeah,
earlier.
the guy that was like his emissary with him.
Slashed up. Said, hey
Mhm.
man, they ain't coming.
He said, Durin, he says, what? He says, man, Durin ain't show up. It's just me here, baby. Or whatever. To me, what they gave, that was like a flashback. Well, I guess you could say a flash forward since this is in the past. Think about Helm's Deep. What did Gandalf tell them? Hold them all through the night. At first light of day, it's gonna
Definitely.
be okay. And that's what happened in Two Towers.
You are exactly
Gandalf showed
correct.
up with the rest of with the rest of the Rohirrim, and they took them out. No, you ain't get that happy ending this time. You saw the light, and you saw
Nah.
the one horse come up. It won't Gandalf. That was his boy. Ah, it's coming. It's over. And then Elrond was so heartbroken, and so he went into a stupor. He went into a straight up like depression right there on the spot, my man.
He
He
was
just
like,
kept
my
saying,
boy, my boy
"Oh,
didn't come
Durin is
through.
coming. Durin is coming. He just kept saying Durin is coming. No, my guy, he not.
and
In the
then in the
meantime,
meantime, Gilgalad was like, he said, get into ranks.
Gilgalad looked at him like,
So it was like 15 people.
he was like, that's your man's man. He said,
Oh
form
my
rank.
god.
It was a line literally of 15 people. And then Adar still had a whole army coming.
Yo,
I
so
said,
many orcs, man. He said, remember the last episode, he thought he was going to have one legion of orcs? Get out of
yeah.
here, yo.
They started charging, and then they told us some charge, little 15 red. Hey, Gilgalad was taking some heads though.
Oh, yeah,
What
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
Elrond still sitting there, his little stupor, like, oh my boy.
I can't believe my boy ain't come
It
through.
stood me up like that. And then what happens? Adar walks up on him while he's like in the stupor and just like, stupid. And he like grabs him and pushes him down. And what does Adar have now? Ninya, one of the elvish rings.
He said, man, give me that ring.
Give me that ring. He snatched that thing off of him the same way Debo snatched my man
Oh my god, my mama gave me that chain.
Yeah, for real.
He really did, yo.
So, and then, ladies and gentlemen, Adar is just looking because he's like, I want that ring to help me take out Sauron, which we find out that's what he says earlier in the episode. And after he snatches it, you just see the chain with the ring dangling from it. Cut to black.
And we get a rock song after that,
I know.
too.
I said, this is some heavy metal orcish. I thought they were talking black speech for.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I said, this song kind of bang, yo.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Yeah.
Definitely. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the penultimate episode of
Man.
Lord of the Rings.
A banger of an episode.
Man.
Banger of an episode. Can't wait for the finale, yo. yo.
I don't know what's gonna happen in this finale.
Tony, like the finale got to be like 2.5 hours long.
Yo,
Because,
it has to be.
We ain't seen damn Nori and them in a minute. We haven't seen we saw like Numenor.
Yeah. You know who we ain't seen in a minute?
Who that?
Isildur. We ain't seen Isildur in like 3-4 episodes.
Where is Isildur? Damn, yeah, get for real. Like, so okay, okay, all right. So we still got the men down there at the Numenorian encampment.
Right,
they're gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Because they're I feel like they're close by.
Because that's what Theo. That's what Theo went.
Theo went back home. Are we gonna see the Numenorians? You know what I'm saying? Because they're there as well. I'm not sure how time works, but I mean, like,
but you also remember what happened last episode, where basically you see our one true queen Muriel, then got the people back on her side.
Yeah.
We gotta finish that story to see what trash nonsense Alfalzon is gonna, what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pharazon, like, you gotta see what he do, if he can run or whatever. Like, just it's a lot of story to finish up, and then we gotta see
Tom Bombadil and Comet Jesus.
We still got to see the 1v1 with Adar and Sauron. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much stuff. Even though we know
the Dark Wizard.
Oh my God! And the people on the horses, the four horsemen.
Like, what they said when we come back, you're gonna see why we don't take our mask.
Yo, it's so much stuff they gotta wrap up.
Yeah. Along with this damn battle right here.
That's what I'm saying. We still gotta see that 1v1 with Adar and Sauron. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he gonna like put the ring in the crown? You know what I'm saying? Like how is he gonna try to kill him? Because he don't kill him, but like how is that gonna transpire? Oh man, so many questions, man. Such a great episode of television by the good old people at the monopoly known as Amazon. But yeah, that's it, man.
Whew, that was a trip, man, for real.
Oh, that was such a good episode of the TV, man. We appreciate you guys. Oh yeah. Sunday at 9, Penguin episode 2. We'll be doing our review as a customary fashion the next day, Monday at 7 p.m. Of course, next Wednesday we'll be doing Agatha All Along. I'm sorry, Thursday. It comes on Wednesday night at 9, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. But yeah, man, we appreciate you all. Make sure y'all still follow us on all the socials that we on. If you haven't got on Threads, get on Threads, man. It's a pretty civil time over there. You know what I'm doing, Tony? Tony?
It is a time of peace.
Yeah, and if you try to really come in there with some BS, I just block you. Like, the way I'm doing Threads is way different. Like, I'm blocking all negativity. Like, I don't even care, because the way I engage with Threads is just way different than like IG or even TikTok. So I don't be letting nothing slide. Like, oh, you think this is stupid? Block. Because I don't think this is stupid. So I don't even care whether you have some sort of dissenting opinion.
Right.
I ain't blocking you.
Because it's a way to talk, and it's a way of saying, hey, having a good dialogue of, hey, well, I don't really like this and that. You guys are watching this, well, this is why I don't really like it. Cool, coming up. Man, y'all stupid for doing. Oh, guess what? You're stupid now. Bye.
Yeah, like somebody today was like, "Oh, Mira wasn't even. This is a made up character." I was like, "Okay." Then somebody below me was like, "No, Muriel was actually in there." Yada yada, and then they respond back, "It was only mentioned 3 times." Like, then was she in there or not?
But she in there or not? Yes or no?
So that type of dialogue, like, I just be like, I ain't really happy. But all right, that's enough for me.
So here we go. We got to do it first. MVP of the episode.
All right, so who is it between? We got to pick 4. So we got Sauron,
Adar.
Adar's 2. We got who we got? We got
Elrond.
Elrond is 3.
Yeah, Elrond is 3.
Elrond is
Adar,
3.
Sauron. So Adar, Sauron, Elrond.
Do we have Arondir as 4?
I might have to put someone else instead of Arondir.
Who you got?
Galadriel, because she got the 9 rings.
All right, so we got Sanatoris Rex, um, Elrond, Galadriel. Who's the second one? I forgot.
Adar.
And Adar.
And for me, that's who it is, Adar.
Me too. Adar's MVP of the episode.
Yeah.
Because he was about that action. And even though he didn't get his hands dirty with so much, he was the person that was driving the actual episode along.
His battle strategy was great. The strategy he had in place was awesome.
Even if the Drows would have came through, they still would have had like it would have been a fair one. It wouldn't have been like most the Elves, the Drows was just gonna wreck shop. It would have been a good fight, but the daddy was Super Saiyan, so they had to stay at the house. But nah, man, that's I almost forgot. But yeah, MVP man of the episode, Adar, and we will see you all next week for the season finale. Hopefully they go ahead and announce that season 3.
Yeah.
Quickly. Last of Us teaser trailer dropped today.
I thought I saw something. I need to watch it. Yeah. I need to watch it.
Cannot wait for that.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Another thing. As me as a person who likes documentaries and like wrestling, I'm about to start watching this. I hear this is really good. They call me Mr. McMahon, the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix that talks about the wild illicit-ish that this dude was doing.
That's
and he got wrestlers talking. Crazy. People have already said, yo, this is, I think they've dropped 3 episodes so far, and it was like, yo, Vince McMahon is a wild dude. So yeah, for anybody that might be interested in that type of stuff. And I mean, if you want to know what I mean by wild, borderline into that Diddy type stuff. Just saying,
borderline.
Right. We're not, straight up Diddy type stuff, because that is why he is no longer, the CEO owner, principal owner of the WWE.
He was ideas too, definitely.
Yeah. So there's some things to watch out there, man. But hey, that's all we got for this week. Like, subscribe everywhere. We holla at you.